I suppose Coldcut, you know, we've always pushed the boundaries. Matt and I are quite restless. I think that's got something to do with it, probably. And also, when we first started, quite kind of ignorant about stuff. We came from a DJ background. You know, our first record actually was composed by Matt using turntables from a 4-track cassette player, which was, you know, in the light of today's technology, pretty crude. Doing clubs like Megatripolis and the Big Chill, for example, it was much more laid back and chilled out, hence the names, and therefore you needed another level of entertainment in a way. And this is where us and Hexstatic would do sound and vision there. We wanted to develop that synchronicity really, and so we developed tools in VJam.
VJam 3 is a piece of software that's like a piano for sound and vision. With a sampler you can play back audio samples. With VJam and your computer you can play back audio-visual samples. And then using banks of samples like that, one can compose what we call rhythmic audio-visual collage. It started about nearly 10 years ago, actually, from the Let Us Play album. We needed an instrument to perform an audio-visual show.
We wanted something where we, you know, that was bigger than us and that would take people's attention.
I think it's quite unusual for musicians to actually design their own instruments, although that sometimes does happen. But what we wanted to do with VJam was let people have a go themselves. And I think perhaps that's quite unusual. We thought it was far too good just to keep to ourselves. I think it would be difficult if we were signed to a major label to have the possibility to distribute a bit of software like VJam with our music. I don't think they'd get it. So that is one of the great things about having our own label, Ninja Tune.
Cooler than cool.
I think the connection between VJam and the Sound Mirrors DVD is the interest in audiovisual composition as a new art form. It is technology, really, which has opened things up and allowed us to take a lot of the ideas which excited us about making music and mixing and performing music and apply them to image as well, and then to take sound and image and bring it together. There's a number of different ways that you can do that. Making a video in which you take a track and put images on afterwards is one way, and really that's what the DVD is about. VJam represents another approach to it, which is composing directly with audiovisual samples. The reflections that these directors have provided for our initial music compositions, we can take that material, take it back, and using VJam and other tools, we can recycle that and actually use it in the live show. So we take that work forward.
All of those things were fed into the Sound Mirrors project. You know, our love of visuals, our love of sound, and of the interactivity really between the two, and of the patterns that you can make with that. You know, when we started the Sound Mirrors project, we did have a desire to create something that did form a whole, really, a whole piece. I'm really blown away by the quality, and you know, very proud of the whole project. There's an amazing amount of work that's gone into it, and the result is fantastic.
I find it quite hard to be pinned down and actually have to select a favourite from the videos on the DVD. I like the beauty of Colours the Soul. I like the full-on aggro in Everything's Under Control. I like the emotional charge of Mr. Nichols. I like the humour and the great animation and dancing in This Island Earth. I think they're all pretty strong, and it depends which day you ask me, I guess.
The nice thing about this project was that we weren't trying to sell the artist, we were trying to translate the track specifically, and it was all based around the track. It's all about the track. It can be seen as a sort of new beginning for music videos, to work far more in collaboration with the artist.
To be given that platform and that freedom, and to be put out there into the public is absolutely exceptional, and I really do hope more of it comes.
It's about time that it was acknowledged just how important videos are in selling a track and in selling an artist. And I think perhaps after this, directors will be in a better position to go in there and negotiate. It shows that other types of deal are possible. It does open things up a bit, so we shall see how that develops and who takes advantage of it.